Some breaking news coming into us right now on a Fox News alert, and the death of Gabby Petito and the autopsy of Brian Laundrie, who, as we now know, after a long search for him, died by suicide. There's a brand new statement out from the family attorney just now, Trace, that we've just got in our hands. Brian Laundrie died of a gunshot wound to the head, and the manner of death is suicide. Obviously, there are questions about whether or not he could no longer survive as long as he was on the run there, or whether this was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. We did not know, but the full statement says that Chris and Roberta Laundrie have been informed the cause of death was a gunshot wound to the head, and the manner of death was suicide. Chris and Roberta are still mourning the loss of their son and are hopeful that these findings bring closure to both families, Trace.
And it brings up questions about what did Chris and Roberta know? They knew their son was going out to that preserve. They knew their son was out there for a couple of days. They went and got the car. Did they know he had a gun? Did they know he was intent on doing harm to himself? And did they know what happened to Gabby Petito before their son went out in that reserve? So a lot of questions, and a lot of this will come back on the parents to find out exactly what they knew about the death of Gabby Petito prior to their son walking off into that preserve for days unanswered.
It takes you back to the many days that we covered this story. Laundrie was 23 years old. He was sought in Gabby Petito's disappearance and death when they discovered his skeletal remains in that 25,000-acre reserve, the Carlton Reserve, near his parents' home in Northport, Florida. That was October 21st, and we'll remember we covered this live, the tent that was put up after they found his remains, as they investigated around where they found his remains, trying to learn anything about how he died there as he was on the run. A young couple, you remember Petito, right. Trace was 22 years old, a Long Island native, and she went missing, and the search was on for Laundrie, who was at his parents' house and somehow managed to get away.
At his parents' house, Sandra, and remember, he drove back Gabby Petito's van, that converted van that they were in for months. I mean, they documented their entire trip on Instagram. And when Brian Laundrie came back to Florida, he was in Gabby Petito's van. And the first question you would think, the first natural question is, okay, where's Gabby? You've got her van. You have now driven across the country with her for 3 months. Where's Gabby? Brian Laundrie's sister, remember, she also saw her brother on 2 separate occasions and says that she never one time ever mentioned to him or asked him, hey, where's Gabby? You've got her van. Her van's now parked at mom and dad's house. Where is Gabby in all of this? And she says it just never came up, which, again, a lot of critics believe is hard to believe, considering that they were together, inseparable for a long time, and there was that history of violence. They had that altercation that police showed up to during their time in Moab, out in the West, and and Gabby Petito was clearly distraught after that encounter, and there was, there's some reasoning there that maybe these two, there were some kind of physical altercations that had been a bit of irregularity in their relationship over the years. Remember, high school sweethearts who became, boyfriend, girlfriend afterwards, and decided to make this trip through the West into a lot of the national parks, and in doing so, only one of them came back to Florida, Sandra.
Sole suspect in the death of Long Island native Gabby Petito died of a gunshot wound to the head, Brian Laundrie. The family lawyer has just confirmed this a few moments ago. That's the breaking news. Our own Phil Keating will join us in a few short moments on that, as word just came in from the family attorney, as both those families continue to mourn the loss of their loved ones.